Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. This one's located on the west spawn of Westfield and it's under the command of Elirox. Yes, we've got a replay where he's not in the ELC AMX this time round, M44. But I promise you, this game is even better than the last few. Okay, game's off and he's moving away from the usual firing position. Yep, it's not usual. You'll see an M44 move away from that particular spot, but he's got a plan in mind. Now, the M44 is built on the hull of a Walker Bulldog, 155mm howitzer in a swivel mount, and these Arty are still in action to this day with the Turkish army. Dialing in on the Hellcat. Following him, he's stopped, rounds out. Direct hit! Now that's going to really hurt the Hellcat because the Hellcat's got very thin armor. And so he probably got a penetrating shot in that, which is 550 alpha, penetration of 39mm and a burst radius of 7 meters. Yes, he did actually took most of the hit points because the Hellcat only had 61 when he reappeared. So I think he got a very high score with that shell. Next target is a KV-2R, the premium version of the KV-2. Dialing in. Rounds out, just zips past him. I think he's coming across the problem that you get when you're too close to the hill, is that you can actually find it difficult to aim at the targets which are closer to you because you're trying to loop the shell up over the hill, and of course some of these shells, some of these Arty don't have very good firing arcs when it comes to shooting targets that are close to them, especially when there's some obstruction. Going for the OI, he's got the side of him. Rounds out. Right into the side for 207. Yeah, you can see a big hole in the side of the vehicle. Reloading, it's a fast reload with this Arty. Normally around about 17 to 16 seconds. You can get it as slow as 15. He's hit him again. 223 this time. He can just keep unloading into the side of that OI until he's toast. But instead he's decided to switch targets and go after this T-29. It's a difficult shot. In fact, I suspect he'll only be able to hit him when he actually goes up the slope like that. Nope, got the ridgeline. The OI's on the move. Okay, line him up. Almost loaded. He might be able to get a kill shot. Rounds out. Right into his rear again. 123. He's left him on a one shot now. And the OI's now been killed. Now there was a tank just behind the OI. It was a VK3001D. That's the Daimler version of the Panther prototype. He fires at the T29. Misses. Zip behind him. Okay, a couple of tanks have come up to support the T29. AMX 1375, virtually out of hit points altogether. Okay, he's lost sight of that 1375. I should have mentioned actually it's a tier 7 game, that's why you've got a T29 in it, which means of course he's going to earn extra XP for all the high tier tanks that he hits. Fires at the T29, again he gets the ridgeline. This is the problem with being close to the ridgeline, but it does give you faster reaction time on the enemy. Su-12244, tier 7 premium Soviet tank destroyer. He still wants to go for that T29. Rounds out. Again he hits the ridgeline. That Su-12244 is going after our Jagdpanzer IV and Hellcat. Lining him up, dialing in. Oh, he's just killed the Hellcat, but unfortunately our rounds land behind him. And he's just taken out the Jagdpanzer IV as well. So with two tanks down on the enemy at the moment. Trying to get the Su-12244 before he disappears. And it lands short. And we've got nobody spotting the T-29 at the moment, but the EPR's going up. And this time around he should be able to get accurate shots on the T-29 because he's popped up onto the ridgeline. Instead he's settled for the VK3001D. Rounds out. Lands behind him. The SU-122 popped up onto the ridgeline as well. EBR's doing a good job in that sense in keeping them in sight. That's better. Yes! 161 at close range. He is getting fairly close to the enemy now, but they're going after our tank destroyers. He needs to settle for that T-29 because he can't get the gun depression on the SU-122-44, but who has now been killed. And this time round he hits the T-29 for 152, makes him a one-shot. Box tank. Oh, he just fired on one of our teammates, and I think that teammate expired, but he didn't get the kill. Now we've got 2 tank destroyers in the town, an AT-15, and we did see for a brief moment that there was another tank destroyer in there. I think it was a... Was it a Nashorn? No, the other one was the Jackson, I believe. Lost sight of them again. He's going to have difficulty hitting that VK, but he's going to give it a go. He is backing away. Line him up. Rounds out. Oh, pulls away just at the last moment, but he splashes him for 49. And he's killed by the EBR. Okay, the enemy's pulling back, actually. They're not on the attack anymore. They're now on the defensive, even though they're actually ahead on tanks by 3 tanks. Direct hit on the Cromwell. Lovely shot. I think he... Was it somebody else stunned the Skoda at the same time? I was wondering if for a second if he'd stunned the Skoda at the same time, but I don't think he did. So we're now down to just 4 players left on our team. He's already accumulated 1,321 hit points of known damage. I think he's a lot higher than that. Going for the box tank. Rounds out. Beautiful shot. Right on the money. So that's his first kill. But there comes the Skoda. It's the T-25, the one with the autoloader. Line him up. Wait for him to turn the angle so he's going straight away. That's it. Rounds out. Yes, right up his rear. That's the way to do it. You wait until their angular movement is 0 when they've actually turned either facing you or away from you, and then it's easy to hit them up the rear or right in the face. Okay, the T-34-85 has just found our Chi-2, and he's been hit by our Arty. We can go for the other shot. Yes! 515, that's a penetrator. Okay, he can't see us because the buildings are in the way, but we can get another shot into him if he stays where he is. Chi-2 seems nailed to the edge line, and he takes another round for 254. The Hotchkiss comes in to get the coup de grace and gets it. So now it's 3 versus 4. We've got a real chance of winning this. I hate to say it, but the EBR is being tremendously useful, even given the fact that he has very low hit points, and unfortunately now the Cromwell is in sight and he's firing on the EBR. Our teammate in the other RT fires in, and oh, he got a kill on the Cromwell on the move. A blind shot kill. He aimed it where he thought the Cromwell was going, and he did go there and he killed him. And that now makes it very interesting, but I'm afraid we did lose the EBR. So it's now 2 RT versus a tank destroyer and 2 RT. And the tank destroyer is the Jackson. 90mm gun, based on the hull of an M10, so he's relatively slow, but he's also got paper-thin armour. And that does give us a bit of an advantage, even though the M44 and the SU-8 have got very short view range. He's in the cap, or somebody's in the cap, and I suspect it is the Jackson. And he's more than likely going to be by the house. So the SU-8's moving in to have a quick look-see. See if he can find out where the Jackson is. We fired 1 round in. We just need to reload before he takes another look. If he's behind the house, it's going to be difficult to hit him. No, he's not. It's not the Jackson. And that is a very big hit on the M44. The other Arties on the enemy team, well, the other Arty is an M44. We're almost loaded for another shot, but we can't see him now. Where is he? SU8 pops up for a look. We can see him. He's toast. Yeah, got him. Easy shot. He was backing away, but he wasn't moving very quickly, so Elirox could just place the shell behind him, and he just drove straight into it. So that's one down. It's now 2 versus 2. And the EBR says, nice job, guys. In fact, the VK says, M44, you rock. And he says he's got 7 shots left. SU8, hide please, he says. I agree with that. The SU8 should hide at this point. The Jackson is probably going to make an attempt to cap, or at least to find the Arty. I wouldn't normally say go up on a ridgeline like this because you're more likely to get spotted. Your view range is only 265 meters, so you're not going to see very far. And he could be hiding in a bush and you wouldn't know, unless of course the sixth sense went off, that you've been spotted. Now, the one thing in our constellation is that the M44 in the enemy team does not have a lot of experience. He's got a very low win rate. And there he is. We know where he is. Oh, no, the shotgun failed. And now you've got to reload, which gives the M44 a free shot on you. But he'll probably fluff it. Oh, he didn't. Very well played by the M44. But he's still up. And that was a big mistake because now he's reloading and Elirox will get a free shot on him. And it'll be a kill shot. It is. He was seen though, so the Jackson has to be fairly close. And I think the Jackson's probably off to his right. He's guessing that the Jackson is the other side of the valley. SU8 is aiming from across the valley, trying to get shots on whatever we can spot for him. He's decided to risk it. Nope, wasn't seen. I suspect the Jackson is to the right. He was going down the valley towards our cap, and he came back when the M44 was spotted. SU8 saying fall back. Elirox is being careful. There's the Jackson. Oh, he was in ambush. Can he hit him? Yes, he can. What a shot! Fantastic. Wins the game. Shotgun for the win. What a game that was. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Elirox in the M44. He got a counter battery. He took out both enemy Arty in that game. The M44 in the cap and the other M44 came up for a look-see and found him. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 24. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and he finished it all off by getting a Confederate as well, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And just look at that win rate, 17,959. Very, very high score. Incredibly good game. Let's have a look at the team score. In fact, actually, before we look at the team score, you actually have to scroll the page again to see all the damage he did to the enemy. Let's have a look at team score now. 3,504 hit points of damage from that game. The only other player to get above 1,000 hit points of damage was the Skoda T25 in the enemy team with 2,084. And of course, he took that guy out. And after that, it was that brave EBR. Now, I don't normally say that about EBRs, but he was brave and he did do a good job. He got a patrol duty for 1,991 hit points. And when it came to kills, yes, it's Elirox again with 6 kills, 2/5 of the enemy team, 4 kills for the EBR, 2 kills for the Nashorn. the Skoda T25, the SU-122-44 and the AT-15A. When it came to base XP, of course he's top. He's got top in all three columns. 1,520 for him, 1,232 for the EBR, 919 for the SU-8. He fired 32 rounds in that game, got 16 direct hits and 3 penetrations, 20 splash, damage of 3,504 hit points, of which 3,121 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit. It was from the Arty, yes, 1 direct hit from the Arty. I'm surprised myself. I didn't think he would actually do it, but he did, and it was quite a big hit at that. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 13 enemy vehicles damaged and 6 destroyed, and 260 hit points of damage assistance plus 964 hit points of stun assist of 17 stuns and 57 defense points by resetting the cap. Now it should be noted that the only vehicle he spotted was the one that actually hit him, and he actually hit 13 of the enemy. So there's only 2 enemy tanks that he did not touch during that battle. Only 2. He hit all the other ones on the enemy team. What a game. Let's have a look at the credits. 64,730 credits from the game. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away profit of 26,936 credits on a premium account. He got 6 bonds for the game, 2,280 XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 4,560 experience points altogether. I'm very pleased that I recorded that one in 4K HD because it was one hell of a battle, and it was definitely worth recording, wasn't it? What a great game for Elirox. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching. Oh, and happy birthday to Elirox.